Thank you, and a very good welcome. What we're going to do now is to invite His Excellency the Ambassador to just give a brief overview on Zimbabwe and the steps that we are taking in terms of the re-engagement to the international community. Your Excellency the Ambassador, I invite you to give it 5 to 10 minutes.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies or Moderator, Mr. Oprah Mawa, and the Business Development Executive of Financial Markets in Mr. Patrick Mzondo, distinguished guests who include, of course, representatives of the Zimbabwe Investment Development Agency led by Mr. Alexio Chiunye here. Ladies and gentlemen, I was delighted to listen to the presentation by colleagues from Mali. And when at this end they said, bienvenue au Mali, le pays de l'eau et de beaucoup d'autres choses. I also wanted to say, je voudrais dire bienvenue au Zimbabwe, le pays de l'eau et de beaucoup d'autres choses. Well, distinguished guests, I really am delighted to have been invited to make a few remarks at this third annual Arab Africa Mining Conference. I had hoped that I would be able to bring with me a colleague who has come from home, but unfortunately he came at the invitation of some institutional investors who were primarily focusing on understanding the macroeconomic outlook in Zimbabwe. That's the Secretary for Finance and Economic Development in Zimbabwe. And so right now they are having discussions in the city, looking at recent developments and expectations for economic growth, the macroeconomic environment, balance of payments, inflation, issues that concern the productive sector such as mining and agriculture and others, when in fact you are operating. I believe that this conference provides an opportune platform for us all to share views on appropriate mechanisms that we can employ to accelerate our quest for increased productivity in the mining industry. And I want to thank the organizers of the conference for bringing together the various stakeholders to deliberate on matters pertinent to the sustainable development of the mining industry. The remarks that I do make, I'm aware as well that we have a team that will share perhaps more detail with the conference in terms of the most recent developments in the mining industry in Zimbabwe. But I just wanted to say, in the same way perhaps as colleagues from Mali indicated that mining in Mali goes back centuries. And so it is in Zimbabwe, perhaps in various parts of the African continent. I think some of you may have seen films or read about King Solomon's mines, and all various other fables that historically are told about the mining, primarily of gold, but of course, more recently, of other minerals as well. So the mining sector has over time provided a major vehicle for economic development. And in the case of Zimbabwe, government has earmarked the mining sector as a key driver to socioeconomic development in the country, and as a catalyst to broad-based empowerment and the reduction of poverty in the society. And so government has created performance targets for the mining sector. I know you will be hearing more in terms of the performance targets. Perhaps at present, the sector could be providing anything between 3 or 4 billion US dollars in terms of forex earnings, but I think going forward, clearly in the next 5 years, the expectation is that perhaps that the figure should be quadrupled. And of course, we believe that as that happens, that feeds into the government's vision, which has been espoused by His Excellency President E.D. Mnangagwa, to transform Zimbabwe into an upper middle income economy by 2030. And we believe that this is possible for the mining sector in Zimbabwe because of the ingredients that we have. By ingredients, I refer to, of course, the natural resource endowment itself. We are talking of, I don't know, it could be 40, 60, many minerals that, we have, and I'll outline a few of those. But beyond that natural resource endowment, we also have outstanding human skills, the literacy, the workmanship that is there in the country is of a very high quality. And so we believe that that is very key in taking the mining sector forward. But of course, we then obviously look to the mobilization of funding and capital resources, the mobilization of technology, new techniques, be they looking at the exploration side of things, or the value addition, the processing of the various minerals that we may have. Within the context of the Transitional Stabilization Program, and this is a 2-year program, 2018 to 2020, that has been put in place by government as the initial program within the Vision 2030. Government has initiated policy reforms, and these policy reforms are intended to enhance the country's competitiveness as an investment destination of choice by removing bottlenecks, red tape, and all forms of corruption within the bureaucracy. The reforms guarantee that Zimbabwe remains a safe, favorable, and competitive investment destination, and the government is putting in place specific policies to solidify the country's mineral development plan. As I indicated, you will hear more about this mineral development plan that includes specific policies on diamonds, on iron ore, nickel, chrome, coal, hydrocarbon policy, and also, of course, gold, lithium, and platinum. I see there is a flash here. Does this have anything to do with my time? It does. All right. So let me then, if that is the case, because my remarks will be made available to participants in the conference, but I just want to emphasize and highlight that Zimbabwe is witnessing unprecedented investor interest in the mining sector and all associated value chain industries. And I have to say that of late there have been very concerted investment efforts, primarily in the platinum sector, the lithium sector as well, the diamond sector, and of course in the gold sector. And I believe that the value chains that are coming through are going to provide a lot of focus in the economic growth and development of the country, particularly when you look at lithium to batteries value chain, the diamonds to jewelry, the chrome to chrome-plated goods value chains, and also the gold to jewelry and iron to steel, coal to liquid fuel value chains. And we do hope that given the major reforms that are being put in place, particularly to improve and enhance the ease of doing business, this will clearly accelerate economic growth in the country. The medium to long-term prospects of the mining industry are very bright. Output for most minerals is expected to record phenomenal growth as government and the private sector focus on opening closed mines, increasing capacity, exploration, and developing new mines. And of course, Zimbabwe will continue to prioritize the processing and issuance of exploration licenses in order to revamp mineral exploration across the country. In conclusion, let me assure the participants here that investments into the mining sector and the mining value chain industries that I have indicated are most welcome and safe in Zimbabwe, and we are committed to creating the necessary environment and requirements to support mining investments. I want to thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Without